Get in on the action with DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NBA. New customers who deposit $5 or more can get no sweat bet up to $1,000 back in bonus bets. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now and use code Shannon. New customers can get a no sweat bet up to $1,000 if your first bet loses. Only on DraftKings Sportsbook with code Shannon. The crown is yours. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for joining us for another episode of Nightcap. I'm your favorite Unc, Shannon Sharpe. He's your favorite number 0, Arizona Wildcat legend, Wizard Great, the Wizard. Number 0, Hibachi, Gilbert Arenas. Please make sure you hit that like button. Please make sure you hit that subscribe button. We're now officially at 1,145,000 subs. So thanks to each and every one of you that have subscribed, that have liked, that have watched any particular part of any episode of Nightcap. We want to thank you especially. Please make sure you subscribe to the Nightcap podcast feed. You can listen to Nightcap through the Club Shay Shay feed, but we would greatly, greatly appreciate it if you were logged in, if you subscribe to the Nightcap podcast feed. Thank you guys for selling out Shea by Laportier. We still have pinned the link at the top of the chat because we're only taking pre-orders. We're taking pre-orders only, but thank you so much. The team, Shea by Laportier, have been sold out, but we just got a shipment in today. Well, we got a shipment in last week. We got another shipment today. So we're going to be able to cover all of these orders, but we are only taking pre-orders at this time. Please make sure you subscribe and like the Gil's Arena channel. It's on YouTube. He has a show that airs every Monday through Thursday live at 11:30 a.m. Pacific time. That's Gil's Arena channel on YouTube. Make sure you like and subscribe. Show airs Monday through Thursday live at 11:30 a.m. Pacific. You can also subscribe to his personal page, and it's called No Chill Gil. That is his personal page, No Chill Gil. Make sure you like and subscribe to that. Let's help get his subs up. Gil, let's get right into it tonight. The Kings sweep the season series from the Lakers 4-0. They win tonight's game 120-107. The Kings dominated the Lakers in the second half. I think they outscored them something like 28-17. Outscored them by 11. Domantas Sabonis is now 10-0 against Anthony Davis. He had another triple-double. He leads the league in triple-doubles. If he's not going to be an all-NBA player, they should do away with it. I don't care if you say it's cheap or not. He finished tonight with 17 points, 19 rebounds, and 10 assists, 14 defensive rebounds, 5 offensive rebounds, and he was a plus 10. He only took 10 shots. So he was outstanding, and they thoroughly dominate the Lakers in the second half, and they win comfortably 120-107. Gil, you watched this game in its entirety. What did you take away from
it? Listen, we always have a great first quarter, right? Halftime, we're trying to make a comeback. That third quarter kills us. We come out flat. There needs to be some plays. There needs to be like first 5 plays after halftime has to be some way to get the team going. Sabonis plays against AD like AD owes him rent
for
money.
Sure.
Yeah, he owes that man something because every time he sees AD's face, He's
not intimidated by him at all. He goes at him.
That's what makes me question defensive players. Because you a top defensive player and you got a guy coming at your head like you lunch meat out there.
Yeah, let's take it to my sport. Ain't nobody say, oh, you know what? I want to block LT. Oh, now give me Reggie. I want Reggie White. Oh, you know what? I think I want to run around against time. Huh? Defensive guys, when you're like, nah, I don't want none of that. Let's go over here to the other side.
Yeah.
Well, if I get Jackson Hayes on me, or if I get LeBron 6'9", I'm 7'1", I want that matchup. I don't want one of the premier defenders, help defenders, on-ball defenders in the NBA. He's like, I don't give a damn about that. Give me the ball. I'm going at him.
Facts. And he goes at him. And it's showing his dominance. So, you know, when it comes to just the intimidation factor, you don't have none over that team. They feel that they have your number. They feel that you are easy work 1 through 12. So it's one of those teams you don't want to play in the playoffs. So now we have to check off. We don't want to play.
Hell no. And you don't want to spend Sacramento.
Because we don't have no advantage over them. And now they have all the confidence in the world going into a playoff series. So those are the two teams we do not want to match up with.
And we don't match up very well. The Warriors did us a favor last year by knocking them off. In 7 games, Steph Curry goes bonkers. In game 7, I think he scores 50. But the problem that the Lakers have is that they can't deal with dribble drive. So now you got to send help. Now they kick guys wide open. If you look at it, they only had of guys that played major minutes, only Malik Monk and De'Aaron Fox shot under 50%. Sabonis was 6 of 10. Harrison Barnes was 8 of 15. Keegan Murray was 7 of 13. Ellis was 5 of 8. And Barnes was 7 of 11 from 3. Keegan Murray was 5 of 10. Ellis was 3 of 5. They shot 50. They shot 52% from the floor. They shot 46% from the 3. They out-rebound the Lakers again. The Lakers keep getting out-rebounded, second chance points, fast break points. And so because they don't do well, quick point guards give them problems. Murray is a problem for them. De'Aaron Fox is a problem for them. Shai Gilgeous is a problem for them, but he doesn't have enough help on the other end. So that's why they match up well against OKC. But a quick guard like Murray, a quick guard like De'Aaron Fox that has help, because Murray has yoke, and then you try to take those guys out, they can kick the ball to Michael Porter Jr. But quick guards are going to always give them a problem because it's so hard for them to stay in front of anybody. And so now you get wide open shots, uncontested shots, or you get somebody going to the basket. And so the Kings, I don't want to see those Kings in the playoffs. I don't want to see them in the play-in tournament. I don't want to see them at the AAU tournament. I don't want to see them at the blacktop. I don't want to see the Kings no more this year. The rest of the year, I hope we don't see the Kings.
Yeah, the real issue that we have as just the Lakers themselves, and we can't stop
Jamal Murray. First of all, Jamal Murray is not a forward. Jamal Murray is a guard. Keegan Murray is a forward. So all you guys don't come on. Jamal Murray plays for the Nuggets. He is a guard. All right, go ahead, Gil.
The problem is any team that passes the ball more than 2 times, we struggle with. Right? That's our real Achilles heel. Where when you have teams that actually drive, pass, because when you got a guy that's 39, when you got AD, when you got most of the guys that just, I can stop you the first pass, and then when you pass, Lakers give up on that. Right, so you have a team like the Kings who do extra passing. Even Boston does extra passing, but they'll be better against Boston because Boston wants to play one-on-one. So now he gets to load up. LeBron gets to load up. When you got a group, Suns, when they have those multiple pass type of teams, that we're going to struggle with them.
You are, and you needed Bron to give you more tonight. He did not play well tonight. Anthony Davis did not play. Really, only 2 guys played well tonight. That was Rui and Austin Reeves. Those are, and there are some shots that I'm not going to beat D'Lo up because he had some looks at some threes early shots that he had been knocking down threes. I didn't expect him to shoot 50% for the rest of the season from the 3-point line. But LeBron missed 2 bunnies at the rim. How many like 6-footers did AD miss? Point blank. He missed a bunch of those. Yeah. And so I could kind of tell early on that LeBron was not in a rhythm because he missed those shots. He missed those layups early, one with a righty reverse and the other with a lefty. So I was like, and then, he hit 1 3. I was like, okay, maybe he'll get it going. But he didn't play well tonight. AD didn't play well tonight. And when you go to the half and you look at, okay, Rui and Austin Reeves are shooting this, and then the rest of the starters are shooting that, you're like, we're in trouble. We're in trouble.
No, I mean, not necessarily, because, Rui and Austin are getting they're getting their points because they're open, right? So, the fact that, someone like LeBron and AD are making that pass so they can get those shots, you're depending on them to hit those shots. So when it's time to score in the fourth quarter, you have the room, right? So, it makes sense, right? You're going to defer to those guys, get them going. So in the fourth quarter, you're playing one-on-one basketball and you're not focusing on me. Now my drives become a little bit easier. Just sometimes you take yourself out of rhythm. Right,
and that's what I'm saying about LeBron. I mean, once like Rui and Austin had it going, so he's like, well, I'm not going to interject myself because they got it going. Let's not take them out. I don't know why Darvin Ham took Austin Reeves out. I understand you like, okay, you're going to play the first 7-8 minutes of the game, but the man go 5 or 6 from the floor, you're not coming out.
That's not called coaching. Most of them are not coaching. They have a piece of paper. That piece of paper tells them when they're going to sub, not the game itself. That is a big problem in the game because they're not watching the game and following it. They have their sheet and they got their time slots of when they're going to sub in, and they have the little blueprint. And they're not paying attention to Austin just had 5 threes. We're going to Nah. They just all right, sub. You go. It's pre-planned. You pre-playing a game. And they do that.
And then you look at it, Gil, it's like now you don't bring him back into like 7.5 minutes of the second quarter. So you sit him for the final 5 minutes, the final 4 minutes of the first. You get the break, and then you don't bring him back to like 5 minutes. 5 minutes are gone in the second. I'm like, what the? I mean, let the man cook. Hey, bro. Hey, you might have to go the whole quarter. I understand. Hey, I don't know who I forget who he subbed in for him, but Taurean Prince. I don't care. Or maybe Spencer, maybe Dinwiddie came in. But that's what I hate about analytics, because analytics just says, okay, if it's this, this, and this, but analytics doesn't take into account momentum of the game. Analytics doesn't take those factor in. And so when you look at it, and like you said, okay, I got a card that says, okay, I'm going to sub Austin Reeves at this minute mark, or I'm going to sub this guy to that minute mark. Okay, if you watching the game, you see, man, Austin got it going. Hell nah. Hey, bro, hey, keep it going. And that,
even if you miss shots, but they look like they're good shots, like you have to be inside of the game in real time, right? But most coaches are time managers. They're not coaching the game. And sometimes, but Austin's not at that point yet where he get to wave a sub off. But there's been plenty of times where you got it going in and you get that hit on your shoulder, man, you better go get somebody else. You better get somebody else. Hey, subbing for dude, he ain't hitting nothing all day. That's happened plenty of times. There's been plenty of times where, like, this is where that happens at, where a coach is drawing a play up and you come to the what's the name huddle and see, I just hit 3 shots. We're not drawing this play up. Erase this. That's where that comes in at, because you're drawing a play that has nothing to do with the rhythm of the game right now.
And you see sometimes okay, you start the fourth quarter and your starters start on the bench and you're like, okay, we out of this game. And the backup, the second team gets it going. No, let them keep it going. You all of a sudden, okay, starters go back. Nah, you see that and came back from 25 down and now we down 3. You thought I put the starter in. Let's keep it going. And Taurean Prince should say, nah, coach, hey, leave him in there. He cooking now. He got it going now. Let's not interrupt this groove.
Yeah, but that's players too. Players got to understand, sometimes you got to sacrifice, but that's championship teams will do that. Championship teams, if the bench got it going and the coach was like, all right, y'all ready to go back in? Those players were like, nah, they cooking. Wait for a timeout. Wait for a dead ball. Wait for the rhythm is being broken.
Right.
You know, if they're on a 12 run, yeah, the guys on the bench is not going to break that. Right, but that's a team collective thing too. But that's that next level of basketball.
They just got it.
That's something people do. That's something Boston would be doing right now.
I just think the Lakers, this is not a good matchup for the Lakers. I mean, there's no way around it. De'Aaron Fox is cat quick. He lives in the lane. He can get any shot that he wants, anytime that he wants. So if you trap him, take the ball out of his hands, obviously you have to bring two people to do that because you don't have one guy that's on the ball that can make him give it up. So he's going to get to wherever he wants to get on the court. So now when you send that help, now somebody's open. Okay, now you try to run him off a spot. Now you left somebody else open. Now you get guys scrambling. So even if they put a shot up, because you're scrambling, the ball goes everywhere. Now they get the rebound. They track the rebound down on you. So that's what's going to be hard for the Lakers. I don't like I said, I don't think they could beat the Nuggets. I don't care if they played a 15-game series. I don't care how many games they went to. They play one game, they play 15 games. I don't believe they can beat the Nuggets, especially as good as the Lakers are in clutch time. The last 5 minutes, the game within 5 points, the Nuggets are better.
Yeah, you know what I don't see in this game right now is the defensive, like Taurean Prince. How I will play him is if we're playing against De'Aaron Fox or Murray, when you come in the game, you pick him up full court. Pick him up full court. So what I'm going to do is pick him up full court, let him use the energy coming up the court, right? And then on the other end, put him in pick and rolls. If he switches, give it to that guy. Let him post. Let him run his energy down. So by the time the fourth quarter comes, he has a little bit less energy than he usually has. That's what we used to do to Chris Paul, right? When I was at Memphis, Tony Allen picks him up full court. Just keeps. That's all his job is to make him use a little bit energy. And then Chris Paul is guarding Conley. Conley gonna throw him through 3 or 4 pick and rolls first before he starts offense. Just going to beat him up because they're trying to wear him down for the last 5 minutes. So by the time the last 5 minutes kick in, Chris Paul's don't have his legs. That's what you need to do with your defensive guy. You can't just have them back there sitting on defense waiting for the man to come. No, use them. Use them. Go up there, hustle something. Go in there and be a gnat. That's your job. Be a gnat. Get these dudes tired. Let him use his energy from full court. Pass it. Deny him. This is chess.
Right.
You're trying to protect that fourth quarter. So that fourth quarter, he don't have full energy coming in the lane, dancing, having fun, flickering on your big man like he wasn't even there.
Yeah. Well, they got two, they get tomorrow, they got Friday, they got a game, they got a primetime game against the Warriors. We'll see whether or not Steph is going to be there. Saturday night, ABC primetime game. I'm hoping Steph play, because I'm actually going to that game and I've never seen Steph play. So I actually want to see it. And I don't have Nightcap that night. So I'll get an opportunity to sit and enjoy the entirety of the game. So I'm anxious to see the Lakers play the Warriors, and I'm hoping Steph plays. But then again, it greatly increases our chance of winning if he doesn't play. But I want to see him play. I want to say my goal in life now is to see all this generation's great players get to play. That's my thing. Okay, Gil, and the big Laker news of the day, D'Angelo Russell believes Dennis Schroder was the reason he couldn't establish a relationship with Darvin Ham. His relationship with Darvin is the reason I couldn't have a relationship with Darvin. When I was struggling, I would have been able to come to the coach and say, "Hey, bro, this is what we should do. Like, I can help you." Instead, there was no dialogue. I just accepted it, and we got swept. And here I am, and he's not, and I like our chances. I don't think this is new. I mean, you played this game with players having coaches that they don't feel they can communicate with. And I think I read somewhere in the article, and I think somebody, maybe he spoke about it, or maybe the players have spoken about it before. It seems to be Darvin has a longer leash with players that he had prior relationships with. So he was in Atlanta when Schroeder was in Atlanta with Bud. And so he had a prior relationship. And it seems like he had a longer leash with guys that he had a previous relationship with than not. And so I think that's what you know. And I'm not here to make D'Angelo make excuses for D'Lo. I'm anxious to hear what you have to say. But he said that was one of the reasons that he feel that he didn't have a relationship with D Ham is because Ham had a prior relationship with Schroeder and he couldn't communicate with him like Schroeder could.
I mean, that's nature, right? That is part of sports, right? You know, the coaching staff, the head coach has better relations with certain players, right? You know, when you're talking about the coach and the player relationship, you're talking about a bond. Obviously, the bond with Schroeder is going to be tighter than the bond with you. He knows him. He trusts him. They've been through war together. So when he has to relay something to the team, you're the point guard. He's the shooting guard, but we speak the same language. So yes, when he wants to get something to the team, he's going to go to the guy he knows is going to relay that message the way he perceives it and the way he's trying to deliver it. That's just natural. But as a point guard and as a player on a team, you still have to try to find your own way to talk to the coach. Right? This is no different than a relationship. Right? If you don't know what's going on in the relationship and you don't want to speak, obviously shit can't get done.
I think the biggest thing is, Gil, you know what I tell people all the time? A lot of times I say, you know what's the biggest cause? The biggest reason relationships end? And people like to say infidelity. People like to say finances. It's uncommunicated expectations. See, Darvin Ham had an expectation of what he wanted D'Lo to do. Or D'Lo had expectations of what he thought. But nobody communicated those expectations. You see, if I'm in a relationship, man, she want me to take, she's thinking, oh, Shannon gonna do this for my birthday, you know, blah, blah, blah. He got this hotel rented out. We're gonna go get a dinner. It's gonna be nice candlelit. They're gonna be playing some nice music. Then we're gonna go to the hotel. He got rose petals, and I got a Birkin bag. I got blah, blah, blah. But see, those are your expectations, but they were uncommunicated. After a while, too many uncommunicated expectations. So now it keeps building. You keep having expectations, but you keep not communicating those with me. Sooner or later, no matter how much you put, it doesn't matter how much something weighs. If you put enough of that something on there, it's going to break. See, my grandpa used to say, boy, he used to give me and my brother a task or something. And I would say, Papa, that's too heavy. He said, boy, you can carry anything if you cut it up in enough pieces. See, I was looking at it from one standpoint, a 6-year-old trying to carry a 25-pound bag of feed or a 50-pound bag of feed. He said, no. He said, put it in the foot tub, and you might have to make X amount of trips, but you can get it done. So because they never can, whatever the case may have been, neither person, Darvin Ham or D'Lo, communicated, but both had expectations. So it was those uncommunicated expectations that caused the relationship to break down. But let me ask you this, Gil. With that being said, how rare is it for a player to say that while he's still playing for said coach?
Now that's different. Hey, that's different, right? But it's easier for him to say it now because he don't have no guy to go to, right? And I didn't really understand where D'Lo was coming from because for the most part, it was just the last 4 games.
Yes, it was against well, he didn't really play well against the Grizz either.
But he didn't play well, but he did, like the last 4 games or the last 3 games is the only time D'Lo didn't take double-digit shots. The other 2 series, D'Lo was in double digits and shooting, just got a little uncomfortable those last 3. So we don't know if it was how you started the game and he just subbed you. Like that's something that they had to have that conversation about. But I'm looking at just one series and say, man, you didn't show up. You say, well, coach wasn't, messing with me then. That's all hearsay at this point. But the fact that you're voicing it now, like, he's gone, so you got to deal with me, unless at the end of the season, Darvin Ham is gone, so you don't really care.
And plus, I'm playing well. What you going to say now? You remember, I dropped 44 when you didn't have Bron. If you look at the games that Bron didn't play, I've been playing well, and I've been playing well as of late. So, and like I said, look, I'm not expecting D'Lo to drop 44 or 30, but he has played extremely well the last 20 ball games. Let's give him credit for that.
Facts.
And so,
like his big shots. This is the D'Lo that I remember when he was first in LA. When his first tenure here, he was playing well. Then he went to Jersey, was an all-star, right? So, even when he was in Minnesota, he played well. So that's the D'Lo that we got back, and we're seeing glimpses of it. So we know now he can sustain that type of play. He just has to figure out how to do that while Bron's on the court also.
All that, everything. You know what, Gil? Everything that D'Lo said might be true. But this is what we know. He averaged 6 points, 3.5 assists, and 2 rebounds a game. And no matter what the reasons are, people are not going to hear what he has to say. They're like, bro, we saw those bricks that you were shooting. We saw you average 6. We saw you average 3.5, and we saw you average 2. We don't want to hear why you did that because that's unimportant.
No, facts.
The Laker fan base, they're about results. I understand you got heartburn, but can you deliver me a healthy baby? That's all I need. I don't want to hear about your back hurt, your feet swollen. Just deliver. So the Laker fans are saying, hey, just produce. Just give us game. Just give us good to great games, and we can live with whatever else happens. But what we will not allow is for you to play bad and then seemingly give us excuses, because everything that he said, it might be true. But it does not matter.
No, it doesn't. No one cares. No one cares if you're injured, right? No, it's like when Dwight Howard's here. Nobody cared that you went through back surgery.
And you fall back. Nope.
No, we don't care. We don't care if you look like you limp and you can't bend down. As long as you're out there, we're judging you as
what we're accustomed to seeing. Because I saw 12 with Howard on the back. Ain't got nothing. Dr. Elatrosh went in your back and did surgery and fused a disc or took something out or put something in. We don't care. And that's what I tell guys. Look, if you're expecting the fans to empathize that you're out there and you're limping, they don't care. Because all they do is that they see 84 and they see Sharpe on the back. They don't care that I didn't practice all week and I had 40 cc's drawn off one knee and 30 drawn off the other, and I had to get pain-killing injection in both ankles. They don't give a damn. There's like, all I know is that I want to see you go catch touchdowns, catch passes, get open, and help the Broncos win this game. That's all I care about. Same thing with the Ravens. They didn't care about that. And I understood. So when I went out there on the field, even though I took those pain-killing injections every single week, even though I was having fluid drawn off my knees, I knew there was a level of expectation that the fans had. I also knew there was a level of expectation my teammates had. My teammate was saying, hey, bro. And they looking at that long-ass needle going in my knee. They see the fluid being drawn up, in my, not my knee, in my ankle. They saw that big-ass needle. And they asking me, Sharpe, man, I don't know how you do it. But, bro, hey, we need you today. Well, damn, you asking me, you don't know how I do it, but in the same breath, you telling me you need me. But that's the level of expectations that when you play of being a player that they're counting on, and I looked at myself as a very good to great player, I put those expectations on myself.
No, and that's the thing that's going on with Bron himself. We done seen you at a level we can't. There's no way if we're talking about how he's playing now, there's no way LeBron can average 17 or 12 in this league.
No.
Because the tickets we pay don't come with no discount.
No.
Nah, I don't say, well, if AD got under 8 and he's limping, he don't play, we give you money back. Nah, I'm paying full price.
Yeah.
Regardless. And if I'm going to pay full price, I need to see full price results.
And for the LeBron numbers and them to win tonight with 18 and the way he shot, AD needed to probably have like 35. AD needed to have a game close to what he had the other night, a 27-25 game. He needed to probably have 30-17. And Rudy and Austin do what they did. But you can't have you can't get 20 what was that 24 points between LeBron and D'Lo, and they shot 8 of 20. They shot 8 of 27 from the floor, 3 of 12 from the three-point line.
Off that bench. Like, especially since you don't got nobody coming off the bench that's going to give you 12 or 15 consistently.
Nah. Prince gave you 7.
We'll be happy if we get 15 between all of them.
You got, hold on, man. You got 11. You got 13 points from your bench. That won't cut it. That won't cut it. They got 14, 20, 24. They got 26. You got 13. So they outscored you. They outscored your bench by 13. And then their starters beat you up also pretty good. So all their starters were in double figures. But Lakers got to figure this thing. The Lakers got to figure this out. The Mavs beat the Warriors 109-99. Luka didn't get his 8th straight triple-double, but they got the win. Let me see. Hold on. Go back. I got this new gadget in here, Gil. I've been learning how to work it. I feel like I'm Tom Cruise at the Minority Report.
You see my background. I had to switch it up because everything got destroyed. Everything is destroyed here. So hopefully by Wednesday.
What happened?
Some new stuff coming in.
Okay, you getting rid of some stuff.
Redecorating. Okay. Yeah, I had to move. Luckily, I got a moving desk.
Luka scores 21. He only scored 21. Let's see what Luka.
Yeah, he had a decent game today. 99-109. That was just, that was one of them old.
Yeah.
That was one of them old 2001
Well,
games.
now, you see, what was that game? Was that Philly and the Knicks? Somebody had 79-73, all kind of bullshit.
That was the Detroit game.
Kyrie was 8 of 16, 1 of 5, 6 from the free throw line. He had 23. Luka had 21. Wow. It was really, really a quiet night for Luka. 21-9 and 3. Oh, the Warriors must be some slaughter tonight because nobody really went crazy.
Well, you got to take.
There was no Steph.
CP's
there was no Steph.
No, Steph is not there, and CP's there. So with CP being there, he's gonna milk the clock. It's gonna be one of those grinded out type of offenses. So, it wasn't going to be one of those 130, 135 type of games.
And I don't know if they can get that without Steph in the lineup. Domingo played well. He was 8 of 17, 2 of 2 from the 3-point line. He had 27. It looks like Draymond didn't play either. Clay struggled. He was 3 of 13, 2 of 7 from the 3. He had 8 points. It's just for every game that Clay gives you a glimpse of what he was, he'll have 5, 6, 7 games that you're like, damn, Clay.
We can sit here and ask, what's the problem? But we know it's more mental than physical. This is mental. He got the same shots, doing the same thing, same plays, right? It's not like he's one of those guys that really needs space for his shot. This is a mental battle that he's having, right? It's from, his contract, not getting that extension. We don't know what's going on in his personal life.
Money. He should have took that money.
But it might be more than that too, though.
True. But Gil, you gotta, a lot of times people make the mistake is that, he over there. And that's what he got. But you're not over there. Mm-hmm. They might not view, your organization might not view you like his organization view him. So you looking at someone else and saying, well, this is that. You can't measure your worth by what someone else got. And far too many times, that's what happens. You look over there, you're like, but bro, you can't measure your worth by someone else's. And I think that's what he's doing. He's looking at guys like, man, I'm better than X. Man, he got 150. And y'all only offered me 24 a year for 2 years?
You know what the real problem was? He's measuring himself up to people that's not even the same category, right? And what I mean by the category is, what option is Clay?
Yeah.
Third, second option. Stop looking at number one options, bro.
Thank you.
Your third option. Your career's been third option. You've never been a number one option. Right. So when you're paying God, no matter what your numbers are and who you are and your 4 rings, you're a third option.
Yeah, and a very good one.
Right? Yes. Don't compare yourself to someone that's a first option or a second option. Those, I don't care what your numbers are, your responsibility is different. You have none. You've played horrible this whole year, and Golden State still feels they can go deep in the playoffs because they're not on your back. They're on Steph's back. So you might average 20, this guy averaged 20, but his responsibility is way different than yours. So when you're looking at his contract, and you're looking at, we got the same numbers, yes, but you don't have the same responsibilities. You have none, he has more. You know, so that becomes a
different. Hold on, Gil. Mr. Beast is in our chat. Hey, guys, give Mr. Beast a hand. Let's say hello to Mr. Beast. Hey, Jimmy, how you doing, bro? I appreciate that. Oh, Mr. Beast. Hey, he the guy. He the standard in which we aspire to ascend to. We aspire to ascend to. He come in, I'm thinking of a number 1 to 1,000. What is it? You're thinking of a number 1 to 1,000. 750.
Hold on, I can't. Let me get mine right quick. Well, what is it? 240.
He said he's thinking of a number 1 through 1,000. What is it?
I'm going 244.
All right. Well, we almost at 1,000. we had 994.
Yeah, I mean, hey, 244. That's how many subscribers he has. So I'm going with that.
He got 256 million subs.
No, 244 million.
He got 244 or 256.
It says 244 million. That's why
I'm
with that
Mr.
number.
Beast, tell him send a couple of them to Nightcap, Gil's Arena, No Chill Gil, and Club Shay. Oh, man. That's unbelievable. Hell, I didn't even know Mr. Beast knew who we were. So for him to join our chat, that's unbelievable. That's great. I guess we doing something right, Gil.
No, facts.
But we really appreciate you taking time out of your schedule because I know you're busy. You have a lot going on doing what you do. So everybody here at Nightcap, we really appreciate you stopping by, being in the chat. So that was an unbelievable. So appreciate it. Mr. Beast. His name is Jimmy, so actually I think his name is James, but they call him Jimmy, right? Yeah, his name is, he's from North Carolina, so it's an unbelievable honor to have you in our chat, so we greatly appreciate you stopping by, hanging out for a few minutes. He's been at this thing a long time. I think he's been at it since he was about 14 or 15 years of age, Gil, and now he's 26, so.
I watched a lot of his videos, even from the beginning on how he first started. You know, he was saying something with how he was trying to find the algorithm of YouTube, where all his 4 friends or his 3 friends, the 4 of them, will take on assignments, right? Want to take on thumbnails, want to take on videos, and they're trying to figure out what catches. And then they'll come back to each other and give each other the update so they can put it in all in one video. Boom. Right, so instead of taking 4 years to learn some information, it took them 1 year to learn all the information. I'm just like, man, that's brilliant.
This is what I do know about him and about people that work for him, just by basing it on like greatness and being around great players and seeing great players, and when you hear them talk, they're obsessed.
Yep.
And everybody that's in their circle is obsessed. So when people say, "Oh, you can have this," no, you can't.
No, you can't.
You can't. No, you cannot. Anybody that's, and I'm not talking about the wealthy. You look at the Jordans, you look at the greats. I'm talking about the great. Now, if you just want to be average and you want to say, well, you know, hey, I'm cool with my 9 to 5. I'm cool doing what I do, come home. I'm able to go to all the kids events and all that stuff like that. That's fine. I'm not here to knock you for that. I'm saying If you want to be the 0.00000.1, there's no other way. There is no balance to greatness.
There's no balance.
Go listen. Y'all love Jordan. Y'all love Kobe until they start talking about what it took to be great. And then when they tell you what I'm actually saying, well, you don't want to. So sometimes it's the messenger. It's not the message, because here's the thing, what I've noticed, and I'm a lot older than you are, Gil. If we like the messenger, we're more likely to receive the message. If we don't like the message, he can tell us you got the winning lottery ticket is being sold down the street. You're like, man, I'm later for you, bro. But if you don't like the messenger, you won't like the message.
No, it ain't even about it can be about the message or the messenger. If you don't have the willpower, it don't matter who gives you the message, right? We have all the information to our disposal. We know everyone that's watching knows how to be successful. Yes. They know how, because there's so much information. There's so many successful people here showing us with examples, telling us with words, right? January 1st comes every year. The first 30 days, what? Everybody, we got to get in shape. We got to do better. I'm going to do this. February 1st, 99.9% of everybody went back to December last year. That's just a fact. Like I tell my kids, listen, I don't give a, if there's 1,400 shots that you need to take a week, 200 shots every day. Want to come up to me, well, I took 1,400. How many days did you shoot? I did it in one day. You suck. It ain't about the 1,400s. It's about 7 days. It's about the consistency. Because that means 3 of those days you didn't want to do it and you still did it. That is the greatness. The 1,400 ain't the greatness. The everyday grind of it, the days you don't want to do it, the days you want to do it, you don't gain nothing. Them 3 days you don't want to do it is where the gains come from.
That's why one of my number one quotes my grandfather said, he said, boy, never mistake habit for hard work. Mm-hmm. See, what the thing is, Gil, a lot of times people do something over and over and they feel they're working hard. And the analogy you use is the gym. How many times, like, hey, man, I went to the gym today. I've been going to the gym the last 3 years, the last 3 months, and your body look exactly the same. Because you going to the gym out of habit. You're not working hard. Man, I don't know what it is, but when I work out, you ain't eating them 45-pound plates. Man, my clothes, man, the dryer shrunk my clothes. No, the refrigerator shrunk your clothes. That's what shrunk your damn clothes. So I don't know who you trying to fool. See, when people start trying to look, I don't know, and I tell people this, I don't know everything. I know a little bit about everything. But what I know a lot, what I know a lot about. I know about the human body, and I know about eating correctly. I know about a healthy lifestyle. So you can't fool all that other stuff. You do all that talking, you can talk your ass off. Get your lips off my ears, as a matter of fact, because you're talking me to death. So all that other stuff that y'all be talking, no. This is what I do. And this is why I don't have time to talk about people, Gil. I'm taping 7 to 10 shows a week. I'm trying to come up with content. Ash and I, she calling me. She's as obsessed as I am.
Yeah.
CJ is obsessed as I am. That's the only way you can be great. Because, look, what y'all want to do? How do we want to be good? Because this ain't good enough. This isn't good enough. And, okay, CJ, okay. So that's the mindset that we have. I need people that are obsessed. If you want to take vacation every 3 months, working for Shay Media ain't for you, and that's okay.
For you.
That's okay. I'm not going to knock you because, oh, man, he drive or he worked this. Yes, all time of the night, especially because we got to stay on top of this. That's the only way, Gil. That is the only way. We're our own boss. You have great hours, but you got to be obsessed. I was obsessed with football, and that's why I'm terrible at relationships. because I do not multitask. I'm a singular focused guy.
Yeah.
That's why people say, well, he ain't never been married. No, because relationship, that has never been the most important thing to me. Some people that is. Okay, that's you. But for me,
and people don't understand that's a sacrifice. And some of those sacrifices came when we were little. And that's why it's hard for us when we're done.
Yes.
We sacrificed everything to get to where we were. Now, when you take that away from us, there's nothing. We don't have nothing. We don't know nothing. So now we got to sit here and mentally try to find something that is going to fulfill everything that fulfilled it when we was in sports.
But
it has to be able to fill it all. And I'm sorry, there's no relationship that's going to fill the void of being an athlete. No. Not a healthy one. Not a healthy one, because everything that came with being an athlete, a healthy relationship can't do it. And people don't really understand it. That's why you got golfing. That's why some of them can golf all day, fish all day, right? To you, it seems boring. To them, hours, competitiveness, like it checks so many boxes.
That's why most athletes, even no matter what they do, they're competitive. You've been competitive for so long. How do I turn it off?
Yep.
You know,
and you can't be in a relationship. See, and that's where we can't be competitive. The competitive part of us can't be competitive in the relationship.
No. But see, Gil, for me, I always understood. I never lost sight of. They applauded what I did, not who I was. And see, football was what I did. That's not who I am. So I never lost sight of that. So once you understand your place, you'll be fine. So because eventually the applause and the adulation is going to stop. You walk on another job, people like, hey, 80,000 ain't about to cheer Shannon Sharpe walking down the street. And you're never going to get that high that you got running out in that stadium. When you run out to the arena, or they call and at guard, a 6'4", 200 pounds from Arizona, Gilbert, nothing feels that.
Nope.
But I get the same high. I get the same high when I do a great conversation. I don't even look at, I don't care. I leave, I say, CJ, I put everything I had into that one.
Yep.
I know everybody ain't gonna like everybody that I interview, but you best believe I gave it everything I had. I left no stone unturned as far as with Steve, CJ, and I, from researching and trying to get the person to open up, just like I did in football. I studied my ass off. I watched tape over and over again because I wanted to be the best. I didn't get into this thing just to get a check. I know I can just do this, and no, I want to be the best. I want people to come. Man, I can't wait till Nightcap come. Man, I can't wait to see who Club Shay Shay interviewing this week. Man, I can't wait. That's what I want. Just like when those 80,000 fans in Denver, they wanted to see me in that lineup and they wanted to hear my name called and to run out that tunnel. That's what drives me, is to be the best in this space. I don't compare myself with what he does. That ain't got nothing to do with me. I compare myself to what I believe I can get to. That's the only thing I can compare myself to. I can't compare myself because I don't know what they're doing. I can just only imagine. That's why they worry about nobody was taking my job, because I know when nobody was doing what I was doing. No way. Ask any of my teammates in Baltimore. Ask any of my teammates in Denver. Did anybody train and was the first thing they're going to say, I ain't never met anybody as disciplined as Shannon Sharpe. I ain't never. I'm the same way right now. I go to bed thinking about, hey, I call Ash, okay, how do we get better? How do we get better? How do we beat last episode?
Mm-hmm.
CJ, how do we beat? How do I do what? Okay, what questions could I have asked that I didn't? I'm not talking about the views. The views will speak for themselves. Some people might like it. They tell their friends. Some people might not. But how do I get better? And if I can get all I'm doing is comparing myself to last week. That's the only thing I can compare myself to. But that's what I need people to understand. If people talk about they want to be great, no, you don't. Y'all just talking. Because y'all think somebody just gonna have like just all of a sudden you just gonna roll out of bed and be great. It doesn't work like that. That is a lifetime. Some people are born great. Some people have greatness thrust upon them. It only matters what you do with the greatness that you have. Nothing else matters. How many times how many times you know somebody you went to school, you grew up with, had more talent than Gil? I know a lot of guys had more talent than Shannon.
Mm-hmm.
What does that say? Man, hey, I used to go back home all the time, Gil. Hey, Sharpe, tell him, couldn't I outrun you? Sharpe wasn't I stronger than you? Sharpe, hey, Sharpe, tell him. Okay. What you want? Okay. Yes.
Yeah.
Shannon is a first team all pro for the third straight year. Shannon just had his third straight season of 1,000 yards. Yes. At that point in time, yes. But what does that even mean? You should be embarrassed to say that you were better than I was at one point in time. I'm there and you're here. So you think they looking at him like, bruh, do you realize what you just said?
But that's why that's why people like that, I big him up. Oh, yeah, he was way better than me. Oh, my God, he should have been there. Get right back in my Maybach and get the fuck on out of there. Yeah. This could have been him.
That's exactly right. We all have those stories. Daniel Gafford is now 33 of his last 33 over the last 5 games. He's only 3 straight field goals away from Wilt Chamberlain's consecutive field goals made. Wilt made 35 straight. Daniel Gafford.
Wait, who?
Daniel Gafford. I think last year he's with the Wizards. He's with the Wizards, and now he's on the Mavericks.
Man, I thought you were talking football.
No, hell no. Daniel Gafford. Daniel Gafford is now 33 of 33 over his last 5 games. He's 3 field goals away, made field goals away consecutively from passing Wilt Chamberlain's record. Wilt Chamberlain had made 35 consecutive. He's 3 away from making 30. Hey, I get it. People say, man, he ain't doing nothing but dunking the leg. I don't give a damn. You go out there. I tell you what, you go out there. I bet you I could just put you up under the basket. You probably couldn't make 30. I'm talking to the average person, and you probably couldn't make 35 in a row.
Listen. Get it, right? This might be the biggest thing he ever did, right? I'm going to just be honest with you, because obviously he's going to take shots that he know he can make at this point in time, right? So he might get it because he just needs 3 field goals, and if they not wide open.
I ain't doing number dunks. If I ain't got no dunks, I'm going to pass it out, Gil.
No. It's going to be one of those where if he ain't getting a real good look at it,
yes,
he probably average 2 points a game.
What Daniel Gafford averaging, Ash? Probably because that's the thing. I mean, think about it, Gil. I'm about to break a record. I'll be able to tell my grandkids I broke a record Wilt Chamberlain had. Yep. Wilt Chamberlain? No, what record you broke a Wilt? Oh, he ain't bad. 11-8. He averaging 11-8.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay. Obviously, I'm gonna have to report on it any goddamn way. So I'll do my research then.
Yeah. Check this out, Gil. Steve Kerr believes the Warriors can make a deep playoff run. I really feel strongly that our team is primed if we can really stay healthy down the stretch, get Steph back. I feel like we can make a really good run.
Man, he needs to be drug tested. If they're doing drug testing on coaches, they need to do that right now ASAP. Listen, they are the champs. When they get into the playoff, they are deadly, but they have to understand one thing. They have 2-star player, or they have a second option and a third option. That's just not playing very well this year.
Well, Kuminga's the second option now. Kuminga's taking that role over.
Okay, so yeah, Kuminga, you still got Wiggins, who's not playing very well. So if he thinks they're just going to turn it on in the playoffs just for the whole 16 games, something's wrong with him. I'm sorry. It's just not one of those things that's going to happen, right? That you guys in playing. I mean, if Klay played 15 games great this year, I'll be surprised. I don't know the last time anybody's talked about Wiggins having a great game. So that you're going to need these two players in the playoffs. And if you're counting for them to be great for 16 games to win a championship or to even go deep, something's wrong with you.
Yeah.
I mean, hey, listen, for the Warrior fans, great speech. Reality, sorry.
I don't see it either, Gil. I haven't seen any indication of, I mean, has Klay played 15 great games this year? I mean, so. Obviously, Kuminga is their second best player.
Yeah, no. He's took the bull by the horns on this one.
Second best player. Athletic, rangy guy, getting shots, getting better. Obviously, he can finish at the rim, has explosive, a leaping ability, shooting the three ball better, springy. Okay, I'm counting on him and Steph. But I'm doubling Steph. I'm going to get ball out of Steph's hands.
Yeah, it's easier said than done. It's easier said than done. I wouldn't. The reason I wouldn't is you don't want to double him and you're coming off Klay and Wiggins and then they start getting confidence. I want them to I'm going to let Steph get his 30, 40, knowing that the other two players are just going to be dead. They're going to be dead fish over there. Versus trying to double Steph. Steph still gets his 25, and now Klay got some life. I'm not giving you no life. I'm going to let you're going to have to beat me one-on-one.
Hey, no. Because let's see, Klay is 3 of 13, Andrew Wiggins was 5 of 12. They ain't got no life. They ain't got no life. Gil, it's time for our next segment. It's called News Cap, and we're going to be sticking with the Warriors. Take a listen to the sound. We're going to be sticking with the Warriors. Isiah Thomas was on the Draymond Green podcast, and this is what he had to say that Kevin Durant did for the Warriors' legacy. Let's take a listen to it.
Let me make a bold statement here.
Yes, sir.
And I hope this don't upset you. Before Kevin Durant arrived in Golden State, y'all were on the verge of and being remembered as the team that went 73-9 and lost to a Cleveland Cavalier team in the finals. You up 3-1, and probably one of the biggest collapse in NBA Finals history. Kevin Durant comes that summer and really saves y'all basketball legacy. You win 2 championships after that. The Golden State Warriors dynasty that you're going to go into the Hall of Fame on and everything else, it is cemented, because if Durant don't come that summer and you guys are remembered as the 73-9 team, all of your legacies are different.
He ain't lie. But the part that he left out, it also saved KD's legacy. If he don't got no championships, we're not looking at him the same, Gil. Because we got to speak to what we know. We can't speak to what we don't. Because I can't say, man, if Gil was 6'9" and had healthy knees for 15, man, Gil be going to the Hall. He might have him a couple of. We got to deal with what we know.
Mm-hmm. And what we know is Draymond said it. They wouldn't have won. They wouldn't have beat Cavs.
No, they would never beat the Cavs again.
If KD didn't come, right? That came out of Draymond Green's mouth.
We didn't need Draymond to tell us that. Right? We knew that. You get chased down 3-1, Gil, you ain't beating that team again.
Now this is the problem here, though.
Talk to me.
One player legacy was sacrificed for three other players' legacy. See, Kevin Durant going there, yeah, it gave him 2 championships, 2 finals MVPs, but no one respected him in the media world. While that same move cemented 3 players in the Hall of Fame, one as probably the best point guard that ever played, that's going to get a statue.
Yep.
Right? Top 75. His sacrifice gave them that. Right? And that is the reality of it, because without those 2 championships, we don't know what happens to Golden State, because they was laughed at.
For sure.
They were being that summer, and when KD went there, that stopped all laughs. Nobody even remembered what just happened. Nobody even nobody talked about Cavs as the defending champs, right? Soon as KD said, I'm going there, the championship was Golden State's. And all they had to do was deliver. But the problem was his legacy was tainted forever because of it. And Steph Curry's
elevated.
Plays elevated. And that's the only problem I have, is like, damn, you sacrifice 1 to build up 3.
But he did it. He felt that's what he needed to do. But the media can't be mad at these players, because they put so much emphasis on rings. So guys feel like, okay, I'll get me a ring. KD say, okay, I'll go grab me a ring or 2. And then what y'all gonna say? Y'all might not like the manner in which I got them, but I got them. Y'all can't say I'm not a champion.
Yep.
So I don't begrudge a player, because this is what you force those guys to do. Because you don't evaluate the player on what you see. You're like, well, if he don't win a title, bro, do you understand that it takes a team to win titles? See, but I think what fans get mad about, and they don't get mad if teams put them together. Look at those Lakers teams. The Lakers had Kareem and Magic.
And got the number 1 pick worthy.
The year that Magic got drafted, that same year, Kareem won the MVP. So you tell me, think so what's the likelihood of the team that wins the MVP, the team that wins the championship, the player that they draft, somebody from that is going to turn out to be Magic won the finals MVP. You're never going to see that again. You're never going to see a rookie win the finals MVP, Gil. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm old enough to remember when it happened. But had Kareem not missed that game, people don't realize how good Kareem was in that series. Kareem was averaging 33 and 13. Go look it up.
Yep.
Kareem was averaging 33 and 13.
Still arguing, can Magic get it? It's still arguing, like, how did Magic get this when Kareem was being so dominant, averaging 5 blocks for that series? The only team that can actually do some damage like that is OKC, since they have 2 damn near lottery first round picks. They can somehow sneak and get 2 good players with the team they have.
But he's not going to win the MVP over Shaq.
But what I'm saying is that don't even exist anymore, of what was going on back then in the 80s. 70s.
Because if you look at those Celtics teams, they had Bird, top 75, Parrish, top 75, McHale, top 75. All of them together. Okay, they had Tiny Archibald on one of those championship teams, top 75. They had Dennis Johnson on that team, who was a Finals MVP and a Defensive Player of the Year on that team. They had Bill Walton, even though he wasn't the same. He was a Finals MVP and a League MVP and 6th Man of the Year. Okay, we're gonna go to the Lakers. The Lakers had Kareem. I don't need to say anything. They had Magic. I don't need to say anything. They had Bob McAdoo. They had Jamal Wilkes. So they had James Worthy. So let's not pretend. They have always been super teams. The only difference is the general managers, they put those teams together. So I don't care if it's a super team, as long as my home, if KD don't go join Golden State, or LeBron doesn't go join Miami, or this one or that one, it can be a super team. But I just don't want the players meddling, because they've always been super teams. Go look at those teams that Philadelphia 76ers. You don't think Moses Malone and Dr. J?
And then got Charles Barkley?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
They had Bobby Jones.
But even Boston, even when you're talking about Bill Russell back then, people don't realize Bill Russell's rookie year.
He didn't win rookie of the year. Tom Heinsohn did.
Yeah, and was the all-star on the team. Like, so how good was the teams back then? Like these guys, that's why I said, like, it's been super teams. It's always going to be super teams. But when the player says, all right, because no one does this, no one pushes this narrative on the owners.
Right.
No one goes back and say, hey man, this owner sucks.
No.
This owner's not trying. They did it with Donald Sterling when they wanted to get rid of him. But before that, they're not like, hey, he's never re-signing any players. He just drafting them, letting them go, drafting them, letting them go. And other ones are like, I like his motto. That's money. Mm-hmm. So when players are sitting in these teams and like, well, he's just got pointless stats. He ain't winning over there. And you're like, well, he's not paying anybody. This man is not paying anybody, so let me leave. You can't. You ain't a winner.
That was the ultimate super. The Celtics in the 60s was the ultimate super team. They had 10 Hall of Famers. They had 12 players on the roster. John Havlicek came off the bench. How you get a guy come off the bench? Dave Cowens, MVP. You had Sam Jones, Casey Jones, Cousy, Tom Heinsohn, Don Nelson, Bill Russell, Havlicek.
Yep.
Well, damn. Bill Sharpe, how many players you want?
Yeah. Because they didn't have free agency. They didn't have free agency then either. You just trade.
Yes.
So what happened is, if I don't like you, I'm gonna trade my asset to the team that you don't like and you're beefing with. People, they did that back then.
Look,
I'm gonna trade you my players because I don't want to pay them, and then you go on and keep whooping his ass.
I mean, when the Lakers had Will, they had Jerry West, they had Elgin Baylor, they had Gail Good. I mean, look at all the top 25. Go look at the top 75 and see how many Celtics and Lakers got.
No, when you go back to the top, when you do top 50, right? The top 50.
They were all Celtics, damn near Celtics and Lakers.
50, 30, 39 to 40 of them came from big city teams.
Yes.
When we top 10 players of all time, the only person that comes from a small city that broke through is Duncan. Everybody else is a Laker or Celtic.
Yep.
Laker, Celtic, and then you can throw in Philly. I mean, but other than that, it's a big city. That's what they go off of.
This wasn't all IT. Isiah Thomas, the big Isiah, told Dre, Isiah still wants an apology from Michael Jordan. I don't believe it's coming, for being called an asshole in the 2020 docuseries The Last Dance. He explained to Dre why his relationship with Jordan isn't salvageable. Let's take a listen to what Isiah had to say.
Where's your relationship at today? And is that salvageable?
Dude, no.
Not salvageable.
No. This dude got on national television, international television, and called me an asshole. Somebody who's been really good to him. And until he apologizes on international television, we ain't no conversation. You can't apologize and have a private dinner when you done embarrass me publicly. If you didn't mean it, say it publicly. Now, if you meant it, let it stand. I'm good with that.
Isiah, you know you my dog. You don't get that apology. See, here's the thing. See, Gil, this is the great part about being as old as I am. Isiah them didn't do this. Go back and look what happened when the Detroit Pistons beat the Boston Celtics. See how many Bird and McHale and them, see what they did when Isiah and them beat them. They walked off the court. And ain't nobody say a damn word.
No.
Not what. Go back and look it up, chat. And see what happened. Isiah also said, what normally would happen when the team would win the finals, the Eastern Conference or Western Conference finals, they would all come into the locker room after. hey, congratulations, blah, 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 blah. I don't know if that's the case, but that's what Zeke said used to happen. I just know when they beat them in, what was that, 88? Isiah went to the finals three straight years.
89.
They lost. No. They won. Okay. They won 89 and 90.
Mm-hmm.
They lost in 88. But I think the Lakers beat them twice in the final. Didn't Lakers beat? No, they didn't. They beat Philly twice. They beat Boston once, and they beat Boston twice. No, yeah, they beat Boston in 85 and 87. They beat the Pistons in 88. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That was the go back and look it up. Go back and look it up. So I don't know what the protocol was. I just know what I saw. So Isiah and them didn't start when you lose. Oh, just walk off the court and don't congratulate the winning team. Isiah and them didn't start that.
No, this was never about team shit, to be honest. This was about personal relationships, right? This was a personal thing. Whenever a team got beat, football, basketball, you rarely see the losing team clapping hands with the winner because the winners are celebrating. The winners are running around jumping. Only friends are touching the other friend. Like if I won or I lost and my boy just won a championship, our friendship is the reason I'm gonna go say what's up. Like, congratulations, dog. Now, that was the problem with them too. Jordan's friendship to Isiah, when Isiah won, was the handshake. When Isiah lost, Jordan as a friend to Isiah was like, I want the same respect. And the fact that Isiah walked off, Jordan took it personal. It didn't have nothing to do with, oh, we shook y'all hands, y'all shook y'all. No. I shook your hand. You're supposed to shake mine. I don't care. He didn't care about the rest of the team. It was the guy that he felt was a friend of his. And that was the issue.
This goes back to the All-Star game. When Jordan believed that Isiah had something to do with them freezing him out.
Mm-hmm.
And then all this, we know they can deny it till the cows come home. Isiah should have been on that dream team. All this notion, well, he didn't blend and he didn't fit. You say Isiah was the second best point guard behind Magic Johnson. He was better than John Stockton. I don't care what y'all say. And they know it. And for all these players now to get up there years later, it's not about being liked. Nobody liked Isiah. Y'all say y'all took the best players. Y'all make it seem like so now all this stuff about y'all fighting tooth and nail. So all y'all buddy, huh? Because that's not what you're saying. That's not what you get on TV and say now. But now all of a sudden you're buddy. Isiah should have been on that team. Isiah should have been on that team. And I don't care what any of the 11 to 12 guys that made the team. Isiah should have been on that team. So they robbed him in 80 because the Olympics was boycotted because the Soviets invaded Afghanistan. And Carter didn't send the Olympic team. So by that time, Isiah was already in 81. Isiah got drafted, and then he couldn't play in the Olympics until they started taking pros. And the only reason they started taking pros because in 88, the Brazilian team led by Oscar Schmidt kicked the living daylights out of the Americans. Go back and look it up. I think he dropped 48 on them.
I mean, everything is personal when it comes to certain things like that. It is personal. It's not like it's not a team. The USA games we've been going through this whole time it's relationships. Has nothing to do with talent. Like, look at the lineups we have. Those ain't the most talented players in the league. Some of them, the last FIBA team, 4 players didn't even start on the NBA team, but was repping the USA game. Like, come on, man. This is our relationship. So, hey, Isiah, hey, we understand. We get it. But I can tell you this,
He ain't getting that apology.
I don't know what you've been watching. I don't know if you watched The Last Dance. I don't know
Oh,
if
I
you've been watching relationships, right?
Yeah,
Good luck.
No.
He ain't talked to Barkley in 10
Ain't no
years.
coming back.
Pippen gone. That shit. I don't even know if he talked to a bull besides Oakley.
That's it. That's it. That's it. That's it. So I hope Isaiah, like I said, I know Zeke. But Isaiah, don't you wait for that apology.
Hell nah. Jordan's standing on business. Jordan's standing on business. He ain't messing with none of y'all.
No, he absolutely not. Devin Booker explains the death of the NBA rivalry. Book went on JJ Redick's podcast and had this to say about it. Let's take a listen to the sound.
I'd say there's no real rivalries because, I say grassroots basketball. Like, a lot of these guys we've known for a really long time, and I think people just realize that it's not that deep half the time.
I've been saying that. There was no AAU. I mean, these guys they on the same AAU team, or they've been seeing each other, Gil, since they were 13. A lot of them say, "Where you going to school at, man? You going to Kentucky? Me too. You going to Duke? Yeah, me too. You going to Kansas? Me too." So there is no bitterness because now I grew up playing against you. Bro, I've been knowing you since you were 12. How do I build up a resentment against somebody that I've known since I was 12?
Played against them, played with them, trained with them. Like now you got to remember, like people like Grover back in the day. There's 20 NBA players in that facility working out, right? Playing pickup games with each other. Same thing in Vegas. Same thing here. These guys are training with each other. So if there is beef, they might have the same trainer, and that trainer's gonna, hey, we're gonna work out together, and you put them all there together. So this beef that everyone is taking from way back in the day, that don't exist.
No.
Punches don't cost $25 no more. Right? It don't. It costs $500. Yeah. It costs $250,000. That elbow LeBron gave young fella, that little elbow, boom. And he missed one game. $390,000 that elbow cost him. Not a punch, not a fight. Just it looked like you almost hit him on purpose. $390,000. Man, listen, I don't hate nobody for that price.
Nah, hell nah.
For $25, I can sock somebody or two. For $25, I'll swing on somebody for $25.
I mean, think about it. If you yank somebody out the air, like McHale yanked Rambus out, how many games you think they gonna miss, Gil? Yeah.
Now? You yanking some, they're gonna give you 3 to 5 for your first time offense. And that, depending on who you are, that can be $1.5 million, $2 million. That's
and you mess around and let it be a star player you yank out there, you might get 5 to 10 games.
Listen, Stewart, him chasing LeBron, that cost him $30,000.
Yeah.
You can see why his ass acting him up. he only lose about $30,000 a game. He don't care about that little money. That's little money. But when it costs you $390,000, $500,000,
$1 million.
Listen, hey brother, I don't got that type of energy.
Yeah, but
we can. Hey, hold me back. Yeah. We good. We good.
But I've been saying this. I say it's different now. I say, it ain't just seeing the guy at the McDonald's All-American game, or you see the guy show up at one All-Star game. These guys literally grew up playing against each other for 7 years, from the time they was like 10 or 11, and then they played 1 year of college ball against each other, and then they come to the NBA. And now you want me to dislike this guy that I done sat down, his mom know my mom know his mom, my dad know his dad. We done ate in the same cafeteria. And so now you want me to, because he played for the Celtics and I play for the Lakers, you want me to dislike him.
Yeah, those the rivalry days is over unless it's something that personally happened off the court that nobody knows about. Other than that, you'll have like somebody like Patrick Beverly, right? He's a rarity, which means this. He loves the game so much that his respect level is, I'm going to push you for your greatness, and I want you to push my defense to his greatness, right? I'm going to challenge you every step of the way, and when it's over with, you gave me 40, let's shake hands. I'm going to watch film. I'm going to see your next game, right? Those are the guys we have now. The old rah-rah punch you and clothesline you for no reason. The NBA, them fines cost too much now for that. Even if I don't like you, I'm not going to express that on the basketball court. It costs too much.
And you remember, you remember when Kent Benson punched Kareem, and then Kareem turned around and socked him and broke his hand. He missed the first 20 games. Can you imagine somebody just actually doing that? Just turn around and punching somebody in the face.
Listen, one, that's going to be 50-something games, right? Right? That's one. Two, you remember the kid in Timberwolves that got so angry he punched the wall, broke his hand? Yeah. You look dumb. Like as a team, as teammates, dog, what's your problem? Like, we're stupid for missing games. Like, what's your problem, dog? We over here trying to win games. You remember
when Kermit Washington? Well, you don't remember. Kermit Washington hit Rudy T. Oh, he ain't never playing no more. You hear somebody like that, you ain't never playing. You done.
Not today. Like listen. Everyone likes the idea. Like, I love when like the older players said, we will do this, we will do that. No, you wouldn't. Them check fines will stop you from doing it.
Yeah.
When you wake up and you get that slip and it says minus 400,000, you're gonna be like, oh man, I can't tell the wifey about this.
Yeah, nah, I ain't about to miss no money.
That stops all behavior right there. Them checks.
Well, see, it's a little different in football, Gil, because we don't really have, ain't a whole lot of traveling football teams. So, like the Raiders, the Ravens, and the Steelers. Yeah, you trying to name somebody. The Raiders and the Broncos. Yeah. Because we had in like basketball, because y'all play so many games. We had in Denver. We had Raider Week.
What is Raider Week?
Oh, we're gonna get
everybody wear black forces?
What? Ain't no black forces, Gil. But Al used to have a saying, said the quarterback must go down and he must go down hard. The Raiders must go down and they must go down hard. Oh, we sending a message. They trying to send a message. We trying to send a message. It starts with the kickoff.
Ooh.
Oh, all I'm saying is, hey, look here. We're going to angle the ball, turn it back this way, because I'm trying to put my helmet in his ear hole. Now, I ain't trying to knock him out for the whole year, Gil, but I'm trying to get his ass out for that game.
Y'all had too much anger in y'all hearts.
For the Raiders, you know what? We've always felt some type of way about the Raiders. But Mike told us a story. Mike used to be the head coach of the Raiders. Al fired him after 20 games. If you on a contract, you get fired, you get your money. Al wouldn't pay it. So Al said, sue me. It's going to cost you more money through lawyer fees than I actually owe you. So Mike told us the story. Al owed me his money. He won't pay me. So now we taking it personal. We talking, okay, Al, like Al owe us money. So now we got to take it out on your player's ass. Somebody go pay up. So you go either.
Y'all sound like Bloods and Crips. Y'all don't even know why y'all don't even know why y'all beefing.
Hey, Gil, it's a team. You do something, like I said. If you do some, hey man, such and such dirty. What do you do, man? That dude. Don't worry about it. We get it.
Yeah.
Oh, we gonna get you. Oh, I'm gonna get you. You do something to me. If I can't get you, I'm gonna man, Sharpe, what the hell was that about? Hey, your guy did some dirty. early in the game. I'm gonna get somebody back. You never gonna tell, oh man, I cheap shot it. He ain't even do nothing. I bet you didn't tell that. Cause we gonna get your ass back.
Wait, y'all get traded during middle of the season,
really.
do y'all?
Nah.
Oh, see, so I don't have to work. See, y'all, see, that's the thing. So because y'all don't get traded, nor do if let's say you don't get traded to the Raiders, and if you're a free agent and you don't like the Raiders, you won't sign her as a free agent. Anyway.
Guess what? When I was a free agent in Baltimore, I got released from Baltimore, so I was a free agent. I actually visited the Raiders. I just couldn't do it. I just couldn't.
See. So you guys can have real enemies and not worry about it. NBA, we can be beefing today, and I can get traded to you tomorrow.
It's got to be.
So really have a real beef because we don't know where we're going to be at next year.
Man, the old ESPN zone in Atlanta. Man, it was me, Ray. It was like me, Ray, and somebody else. And it was like 4 or 5 Steelers in there. We walked right by them mofos. They ain't say a word. It don't change. We don't like y'all on the field, off the field. It didn't matter. It is what it is.
Y'all was some straight gang members with him.
Yeah, it's different. Football's a lot different.
That y'all don't even own, huh?
Nah, it's Gil. You don't understand, Gil. The thing about football, what makes football so unique, is that it's literally in its purest form. It's about breaking a man's will. It's about intimidation. It's about moving a man against his will. Do you know what that's like, Gil? To move a man. A man says, I got my hand in the dirt and I ain't going nowhere. And I say, the hell you say, you getting up out of this plot of land. Do you understand what it takes for a man? A man, that's a grown-ass man. And he says, I'm standing on business. Well, you finna stand on business 5 yards behind the line. That's what you gonna stand on. But you finna move off this plot of land. You finna get your ass up out of here. And we're gonna keep coming.
No, I see that I think they call that show Cops, right? They usually pull somebody over and they be like, get out the car. And they be like, I ain't getting out the car. And then, next thing you know, he out that car.
Oh, you get up out of there.
Yeah. He took an ass whooping to get out that car, but he out.
Because football is the only thing. I can do whatever. I can physically assault you and don't nothing happen.
That sounds about the same show I'll be watching.
Literally.
Yeah.
Now they done cleaned it up a lot where, you can't, take the cheap shots and all that other stuff. But, we get you.
Man, football's a different animal. Yeah, that's a different animal. I mean,
like I said, like a lot of that stuff, how they be talking and stuff, like you couldn't talk like these guys, like y'all be talking like Gil, like y'all be talking about old boy girl that he done blew up. Gil, you got to fight somebody, Gil. You do that. I ain't gonna lie, Gil. She might be a certain type of way, but once she get with a dude on the team, leave it alone, Gil. Leave it alone. I'm telling you, that's a different guys in football. They got a different mindset, man. You got to have a different mindset to play that game.
Yeah, no, you're right.
And enjoy it.
Like I know y'all be in the club with your shirts off.
We used
in
to.
The club.
We used to. We used to, Gil. We used to. But that was the thing, because like I gotta come to work every day. Ain't no rookie. Nah, ain't no punking going on. Look, I understood my responsibility. As a rookie, I gotta bring food to the plane. I gotta, they wanted donuts and hot breakfast sandwiches on Friday. Okay, fine. As long as it wasn't demeaning, I got it. I got you. You ain't cutting my hair. I ain't taking your car to get it washed. Because I'll take my own car to get it washed. But as far as bringing, I had to bring Popeyes, I had to bring KFC, I had to bring donuts, I had to do all that. But
wait, yeah, see, yeah, they gonna kick the ball in like the fifth row or the up in the bleachers. We got to go get that before the bus thing, and then I got tied up, I got hog tied up. Let's just say watching the Wizards wasn't the first time I had to bring guns to the locker room.
Nah,
my rookie.
I mean,
Don't beat me when I come back. I had to do that a couple times.
God damn, Gil. Gil, you ain't want to just knuckle up? You ain't want to just knuckle up?
Look at me. I weighed 190 pounds came into the NBA.
Yeah, that got nothing to do with Big Gil.
Yeah, nah. I ain't get the NBA weight. I wasn't eating weights yet.
I only got like mad. Man, I say mad. Animals get mad. Humans get upset. I only got upset twice. And I remember it was my rookie year, and I was in the tight end room. I had just moved to the tight end room. And every day I come in there, Clarence K I'd set my books up, and Clarence would knock it on the floor. And I was like, man. So, hey, man, I ain't come here for all that. I just remember telling myself, I'm driving home. I say, Lord, my granny didn't send me here for this. I said, but if he knocked my things on the floor tomorrow, it's gonna be a problem. I remember I'm driving home and I've said it. I said, Lord, I went home and I prayed. I said, please don't let this man. Gil, he knocked it on the floor. And I think it caught him off guard because he wasn't expecting anything. I put my hands on his throat. I said, if you ever do that again, you're gonna have to whip me, or I'm gonna have to whip you. I ain't have no more problems with him. He was 10 years in. I was 22. CK probably like 30. But he knew I was for real because my eyes had done turned as red as this cup. And everybody talking about, man, Sharpe, I ain't never seen you like that. I don't bother nobody. I ain't never did that to a rookie, and then me and Reggie Rivers, man, it was cold, Gil. It was cold that day. And, I was like, man, look at Reggie. I don't feel like playing today. Let that go, bro. And so I had the ball, Gil. It was real cold, so we had walkthroughs. Man, the dude came and knocked the ball out of my hand. The ball hit me in my face. I said, and so I just turned around and said, bro, I said, didn't I tell you I didn't feel like playing? And then he walked. And I turned around and went back to the huddle.
It was a fake, or
I hit him.
Ooh.
I turned and walked back to the huddle. That was it.
Mine was more scare tactics.
Nah, Gil, if I got to put my hand, look, I don't like to get like that because I already know how it is. Cause it ain't gonna even, so one of us gonna have to go. We can't be teammates. Cause I'm gonna fight every day till I win.
What? All right. That sounds about right. Or you can just say, hey, you won.
Hell no. Let's go. You ain't having to have no breath. I'm gonna fight. We're gonna fight every day till I win. That's why that's why I came to work every day with a smile. They're like, damn, Sharpe, how you happy every day? Hey, bro, I got the best job in the world. I'm out of Glenville. My grandma ain't got to work. Ain't got to worry about nothing. My mom ain't nobody got to worry about nothing. Bro, what's to be bad about? I don't play like that though. And that's what I tell people all the time. Everybody don't play like you play. I don't. I have a lady tell me one time, a girl tell me, she said, Shannon, what is joke to you is death to someone else. I never forgot that. But we got a different mindset than you guys do, Gil. All that kiki going on in the locker room. Now I don't know how it is now, Gil. I've been retired 20 years. But guys don't play about the women now.
Oh, no, we do.
She might have been a certain type of way. But once somebody done boo up, that might you might well say she got a 10-carat diamond on her hand. Don't play with that man about that.
Oh no, we gonna be in that mud laughing at you.
You can laugh. You better be laughing up under your breath.
You gotta remember, it's gonna. Hey, one, depending on who she is, at least 4 of us done already hit it. So we gonna be kiki. I'm just saying.
Check this out, Gil. Jaylen Brown liked the wild tweet. Somebody said if Jaylen Brown was number 1 on the team, he would average 30 and be MVP. He liked the tweet, right? He liked it, and it's still there.
Well, I mean, I'm sure. I mean, if someone said, you know, I'm the number 1 spokesperson in the world, I'm gonna like it too. Don't mean it's true. Okay, I get it. Not realistic, but okay, I get it.
But look, it probably maybe he didn't mean to.
No, come on. It's a compliment. I mean, they're just basically saying, you know, if he was the number 1 option, that you know he'll be an MVP. Shit, I mean,
he should feel that way.
If they have you on a team, Tatum will average 50. I mean, they can say that can be said. So I wouldn't take that as no disrespect. I just think that was a compliment, and he's just liking a compliment.
Okay. So we ain't gonna make too much out of it. Doc Rivers believed that Blake Griffin, DeAndre Jordan, CP3 should have their jerseys retired with the Clippers. You agree with Doc?
Blake Griffin, CP3,
and DeAndre Jordan.
I mean, they at this moment in time, they are considered the best Clippers ever because the organization itself was basically a farm team. You know, they never really kept anybody past 3 years. So, you know, Blake Griffin, when he got about 10,000 points there. So, I mean, that's not rafters numbers, but for the Clippers, I would think so.
DeAndre Jordan too?
He got a defensive player of the year, 3-time All-NBA, 1-time All-Star, which is weird, right? 1-time All-Star, but he was top 15. I wouldn't, for the legacy of the Clippers, I would say, okay, I wouldn't be mad at it. It wouldn't be one of those jerseys I'm like, well, how he get his jersey retired? There's no legacy there. So, you know, you got to fill for somebody, so she might as well.
Obviously, the Clippers hadn't had a whole lot of great players. Probably the greatest player would be Bob McAdoo, because the Buffalo Braves became the Clippers. They were in San Diego first. That's how they got the name Clippers, and then they moved to L.A. So, who would you say is the greatest Clipper?
I would probably say Blake Griffin at this point. Between him or CP3.
Okay.
You know, but they're both about 5-time All-Stars, 5-time All-NBA, and I think most of all of CP3's defensive player awards came there. So between them two, flip a coin. Can't be mad at it.
Shaq or Rudy Gobert? I never thought he was a great defensive player. Shaq has never hesitated to criticize Rudy Gobert. And this week, Shaq claimed that he feels Gobert, 3-time Defensive Player of the Year and current runaway favorite to win his 4th, is overrated defender. I never thought he was a great defender either. See what it is? There's not a lot of centers that are making him play defense. Like, he's not doing that ish against Nikola Jokic, because he has to engage. But when he's going against another guy, he's 7'6", of course. If you lay it up, he's going to block it. Any truth to what Shaq's saying about Gobert?
For sure, facts. Here, I had to ask someone who votes, how do they rate defense? And this is what they said. They said steals, blocks, defensive rebounding, team defense efficiency, opponent field goal position with player as whoever the players are closest to them, plus minus when they're on and off the floor. Now, what the hell does any of that mean? Because of this, Rudy Gobert is a 5-man. Now, him guarding 5 men, let's look at these stats. Jokic, he's only played Jokic 1 time this year. Jokic had 25 and 10. Of course, he played Wemby all 4 times because he's a rookie. 29-9, 12-10, 17-13, 23-10 is what Wemby gave him. He played in Embiid one time. Embiid gave him 51-10. He's played AD two times, 31-8, 33-17, and then last game he was a no-show. The guys who can score are busting his ass, which means he's not a great on-ball defender, meaning when his guy has the ball and he's in the scoring position, he can't stop him. Now, what happens on screen and rolls and they switch, and he's switching off of his man, right? Let's say there's a switch and then Jokic gets the ball and scores on the guard. That doesn't count towards Rudy.
Okay.
Right? So there's a bunch of, you're getting credit for things that has nothing to do with you personally. Right? You're getting defensive stops, but you're not stopping the guy who's scoring on you. Right? Weak side blocks and this and that, and whoever the closest is to the guy who misses it, it just makes no sense. And I can see why Shaq is saying this. And I always understood it. Like, people say, you didn't play great defense. Ooh. I was great. I helped great help side defensive guy. I took charges. I was great on the ball. Down screens and shit. Yeah, you got me on that, but I wasn't very good. I didn't want to be hit like that. But my man wasn't taking me off the dribble and stuff like that. So it's weird how they are rating these guys. Steals, blocks, defensive rebounding. But he can't stop his individual man one-on-one, but he's leading in the category of defense. You have Ant-Man as a defensive player who literally stops his guy, right? He's a lockdown defender. We know he's a lockdown defender, but how do you get credit as a defender and him? Who gets credit for this stop? You know, so the stats doesn't show that he's a great defensive player. Like Ben Wallace, right? Ben Wallace wasn't very good guarding his man. When his man was backing him down trying to score, undersized, he was light, waist down, but he was great help side defender. Right, he was a great help side defender, block shots, weak side, and how does rebounding count as defense? It's just that's not Shaq, a fucking factor.
Shaq, ain't nobody was no great defender on you, your big ass. Man, you gave everybody. You remember Dikembe was defensive player of the year, and Shaq gave 37-17. I mean, but first of all, Bill Russell, whoever was a defensive player of the year, David Robinson, it didn't matter. First of all, ain't no great defensive player going to stop a great offensive player. Be it the glove, be it Alvin Robertson, all them great defensive guards. They couldn't do anything with Jordan. They couldn't do anything with them scoring guys. David Robinson, the year he won MVP, Elijah Wan cooked him. I'm talking about cooked him. Go look it up.
No, you're right. So that's what I'm saying. So who are you getting your defensive rating off of? Right? Like let's say if Jokic want to be a great defensive player and he plays against Rudy every day, obviously Rudy can't score. Right? If Rudy can't score, Jokic becomes the best defensive player of the year because he's guarding a dude who don't shoot the ball. Right? So with all these switches and switching going on, and we get to switch everything, how do you tell who's actually counting for defense? Defensive rebound, a guy who averaging 14 rebounds, and he's leading in defensive rating. That's a fucking rebound. That's a rebound. That has nothing to do with stopping somebody. I was third in steals, right? They didn't credit me for no defense. AI is on the defensive team. Larry Hughes is first team defense. Gilbert didn't get no defensive points. I was third in steals. You know why? God damn it. That's all I wanted was the steal.
I'm just trying to figure out how Tim Duncan beat all defense 15 times and don't win the defensive player of the year.
That's what I'm saying.
You can't be a 15-time all defensive player, not one time win defensive player of the year.
But that's what I'm saying. It's like what, but when you read what they're saying, steals, block, defensive rebounds, right? Team defense efficiency. So now it's team defense. So that means you need more than one fucking player on the team to help you guard somebody, right? Then you got opponent field goal percentage with player as the closest defender. So if I listen, look, this how this looks. Let's say you get beat defensively,
yes,
right? And your man blow by you and you miss the layup. I'm the nearest dude near the play.
You gonna get credit for.
I don't even have to be looking. I get the rating for it because I'm the closest to that missed shot.
Wow.
So I just want to guard I want to guard Ben Simmons then and say, hey, Ben, just keep shooting, bro. I'm gonna just stand right next to you, brother. I'm gonna just stand right next to you, man. I'm gonna become the best defensive player of the year.
Player of the year just off that. Steph Curry says he's considering a career in politics after retiring from the NBA during an appearance on CBS Morning to promote his new children's book, and I Am Extraordinary. Steph gave insight into his plans after ending his current career. Maybe Steph said when asked if he would ever expect to see him make a run for the Oval Office, I have an interest in leveraging every part of my influence for good in the way that I can. So if that's the way that I can do it, then I'm not saying presidency, but politics maybe. Steph,
I'm not mad.
I ain't mad at him either.
I mean,
but there's
Steph
Gil.
Steph's a good dude. He's a good dude. He has a good heart. So if he is in politics, he's gonna try to do right by the people.
Gil, there's a difference between sports journalists and investigative and news journalists. All I'm saying is make sure your house is in order. Now, if the only thing that's gonna come up is that you didn't want them to build a low-income housing next to your residency, you're gonna be fine. They're gonna find out everything. Ask Fannie Willis. All you got to do is go down there and look at the DA that's in Atlanta. They brought these charges against President Trump. Nobody knew anything about what was going on down there until she did that. So all I'm saying is, hey, I believe in Steph. I believe he's a model citizen. But that's just what we see. They're gonna go hunting. They're gonna go fishing.
Yeah, that's politics is a dirty game, man. They trying to listen. They trying to discredit you with your past.
But hey, against us, it's gonna work. Against them, they get to keep it. They don't even matter. It don't matter what you. It don't matter about that. Because I know a situation. They made President Obama disavow Reverend Wright. Couldn't go to the church no more. Couldn't be a mentor. Couldn't be anything. Now we see what's going on now. David, Duke, it don't even matter. So understand, our transgressions are like shackles. Their transgressions are like cobwebs. You brush cobwebs aside. You brush them off you. Shackles, you're held more accountable. So I wish Steph the best of luck. Get my vote.
He gonna get my vote. But we already gonna know he's gonna be on the golf course.
It's time for our last topic of the day, Gil. It's called Q&A. Double O Splash. Unc Gil, my son, loves the show. This is his favorite night to watch. He's 12 years old and asked if you guys would shout him out. He's an honor roll student and he's going for all A's. All right. Hey, bro, thanks for watching. I appreciate it. Hopefully your dad cover your ears when we talk about some real stuff that a 12-year-old not supposed to hear. But congratulations, bro, on making the honor roll, get all these A's, and thanks for tuning in and watching Nightcap with Shannon and Gil. Kemper Norwood Jr. Go ahead, Gil.
Hey, I don't know how his son is up at night at 11:30 being on the honor roll. Tell him to take his little ass to sleep.
Well,
you talking about this your favorite? So we this is the
you might be
one.
homeschooled.
Okay, because the mother was, y'all come on about 7:30.
Kemper Norwood Jr. asked Gil, do you believe that Luka can help the Mavs get another title?
Listen, it ain't about Luka. Luka's one piece. It's do you think the organization, the new organization is going to put pieces around him to help him win? Right? When Dirt first got there, Cuban put a bunch of pieces. When you look at some of them lineups and rosters that they were trying to build over there early in Dirt's career, they were trying, right? That's all that matters, as long as the organization is really trying to put pieces around them. So, once Luka hits about 20, is he about 25 right now? Within the next 2 years, we can really see if they're trying to make moves to get a championship.
What we got here? Jose De Jesus. What's up, Unc Gil? You guys taking your leads, your squad, Prime Russ or rookie D Rose? Rose was what the athleticism. This is what I think we can feel comfortable saying this. Russ and D Rose are the two most athletic point guards that we've ever seen. Now, Ja is coming into that mix too. Ja. But man, D Rose had bounce. I'm talking about.
Yeah, they had the speed and that explosion. I'm always go with the bigger one, right? I'm always go with the 6'4", 6'5" guy who can get out. So I'm gonna go with Russ, just because his intangibles, right? Everything he brings, the energy he brings. Like I love me some D Rose. I mean, you know what I mean?
D-Rose was
the way he played. Man. Yeah, and wasn't even prime D Rose. It was just
D-Rose. Yeah,
D-Rose.
He didn't get a chance to get his prime because he was injured.
No,
he never had a chance.
Yeah, it was young. So I got to see where Russ. So I'm going to take the triple double Russ over, the MVP D Rose, knowing that we don't know what D Rose would have looked like a healthy 25, 26, 27.
Where you gonna put Ja in that mix?
Ja right now is, I'll have him third. Right, he's third. He hasn't had that D Rose MVP year. He hasn't got to that level, but the things he has done, it's hard to say he's not right there. He's knocking on the door.
Yeah.
He's knocking on the door right now.
I never saw D Rose play, didn't see Russ play in his prime. But to watch Ja, if those guys were any more athletic than Ja, good God Almighty.
Yeah.
Because this dude here, the way he can contort his body. Now, D Rose can do that. Now, D Rose, Russ, that's not Russ. Russ just explosive straight ahead. But D Rose with the up and under and the dips he do, man, Ja, man, he's just suspended in there.
Yeah, when he we really see, they're gonna think it's Photoshop about 10, 15 years when he went to block that shot and all this was on the backboard.
Oh, when he blocked Torian Prince, when he blocked with the Lakers, we playing the Lakers when he blocked that.
Yeah. When they blow that up, and if that ain't on his wall, he needs to go ahead and get that on his wall. Because that is a beautiful time capsule shot right there.
King said, Gil, would you ever coach an NBA team if the opportunity presents itself? How do you motivate watch to go to work? You tell it to clock in.
I would love to coach a team if I have full control of who I can draft.
Okay.
Who I can put on my bench and all that. And my motivational speech will sound the same every goddamn day. Who in here want to be a max player?
That was
when they raise their hands. Well, goddamn it, let's train like one. The max players train like max players. Don't tell me you want to be a max player, but you training like a 6-man. Right? I want you to train like Kobe Bryant, like Steph Curry. I want you to train like that. And if you do, that's as a coach, that's one I want to see how many max players I can push out. So when they hit the free agency, I'm the guy you coming for max players. Right? Because you're not going to tell me you want to be a max player, but you at the club every night. Right? Do not be working out 3 times a day. You're running the beach. You're eating your salad in the summer to come to training camp and get ready for the season, and then come to the season, work out 1 time, and be at the strip club all day because you're away from your wife. Don't give me the worst of you. See, that's what the NBA is. See, they at home with the family in the summer, so they can't do all the shit they're trying to do. Then come to the season, and that's when they want to consume the most alcohol. They want to stay up the latest. They want to party because they on the road. Now we're gonna flip this around. You're not gonna do that on this watch. This is the job now.
Right.
So those are the talks I'm gonna have. Like, do you really want to be one of the greats? If you just come in here, get in the chair, because I'm gonna treat you just like that. If you want to be a Kobe Bryant type, we're gonna train like that. I'm gonna hold you to that standard. If you just want to come get a check in, I'm going to treat you like that too. I'm not going to expect nothing from you, right? You come in, hey, if you hit your first 2 shots, I'm going to keep you in. If not, hey, going on down there where the rest of you drunk motherfuckers be. Have fun. I ain't going to be fining. Hey, you come in late, I'm not going to fine you. I'm not even going to do nothing. Hey, you chose your path. You're going to get paid accordingly. But the guys who's trying to put that work and they trying to get the max deals, I'm going to help them.
Don't complain about the roles. Don't complain about the results you didn't get because the work you didn't put in. And that's what, bro. Come on now. Kimber Norwood Jr. said, Unc, my goal in life is to have a one-on-one conversation with you. What do you think that conversation would be like? You are my role model. I love watching every Monday and Tuesday on First Take. It all depends on what you're trying to do, what you're trying to become in life. I have a general good idea when I start to talk to someone how serious they are about what they want to become. Because it becomes very apparent. Because when people say, well, shit, man, I want to get in shape, I want to train, but I got to eat my fried chicken, man. I got to have my, man, hey, Sharpe, man, come on, man. I got to get my burgers. I got to get my pizza. I got to do it. Okay. Next question. I don't waste my time. Because you telling me all the things that you don't want to give up, but you're telling me you want to be great. There are no shortcuts to greatness. There are only sacrifices to greatness.
Yeah.
That's it. And so by telling me what you don't want to do, I need you to come in and say, okay, what do I need to do to be able to accomplish X, Y, and Z?
Nobody wants to sacrifice. I think that's usually everyone's Achilles heel. They don't want to sacrifice for what they want.
No.
That becomes like you really have to understand that to get to another place, you got to do different things.
To get what you never have, you got to do what you've never done. I mean, I just don't get people that think that it's like this stuff is easy. Like people just roll out of bed and become great. No, there's a price to be paid.
Because we make it seem easy. That's the problem. We make it seem easy because they can't see everything we're doing. They just see the results, and the results look easy.
But see, that's what discipline is. It requires you to do your best when no one is watching. See, if all you see is what I do on the field, but you didn't see what I did when you couldn't see. But I couldn't fool the man in the mirror. I know how many times I was on that track. I know how much weight I lifted. I know how I ate. So I couldn't get mad if things didn't go my way because I didn't do the necessary work that it was required to get to what I had done. So there's only one way to do it. You got to do what others can't or won't. And sometimes you got to do both. It's simple. Lady Ray said, since it's 11:30 p.m. Central, it's sadistic, and I'll be asleep by the time you read this. I'm pre-asking my questions. Would you consider to be a failure you experienced, and what did you learn from it? No, I just consider it delayed success. I didn't do what I needed to do in high school, but the best thing to happen was because I bull-jived in high school and I went to Savannah State. I met a lifelong friend. I met instructors and professors and doctors that sincerely and genuinely cared about Shannon Sharpe. And probably two of my favorite, I had a bunch. Probably 4 or 5, was Haynes Walton and Norman Elmore. And I just remember them always telling me, says, you're going to be our best representative of Savannah State. And I want you to understand that, but I want you to wear it like a badge of honor. And I never forgot that. And I remember when I went to the league and I came back, Dr. Walton hugged me and told me how proud he was. Dr. Norman Elmore. I love going to that man's class. Man, Gil, I remember one morning it was cold. Ooh, it was really, really cold. Now it was raining. It was two instances. One, it was raining. And you get a professor, you give him 10 minutes. And he always have these stacks of books stacked up this high, and they sliding all over the place. And I just remember he said, you know what? I almost didn't come. It was like 4 or 5 of us stayed. Everybody else was gone. He said, you know what? I almost didn't come today. He said, but I thought somebody would want to learn something. Man, I would hate. I love going to that man's class. I love going to Dr. Walton's class. I had a professor now, Gay Hewitt. She was amazing. Dr. McLemore and Dr. Green were my remedial reading and English teachers. Because when I got to Savannah State, I was in developmental studies. I don't know if anybody knows, but they call them developmental studies, but it was reading because I didn't meet the academic requirements to get into college. So
we know we know those mean.
I was in there, all of them. I had English, reading, and math, and graduated college in 4 years and 2 months. Had I not been in those classes, I'd have graduated with no summer school. But I wasn't ashamed. A lot of my teammates were ashamed to go in there because they were trailers. And everybody knew what those classes were. Man, I go in there, have my Starch jeans on, my eyes on. I was clue. On Friday, had me a briefcase, had a jacket on, because I was like, I'm gonna be something. Y'all can't make me. I take sole responsibility for my failures, for putting myself in this situation. So y'all can't make me feel bad. I know I ain't done. Man, I walked right up in that thing. Hey, Gil, I had me a brief iron. I had my shirt iron night before on Thursday night. Iron my shirt, had a collar shirt on, get me a jacket, get my crease, have slacks, go right up in there with a briefcase. Because I know I was going to be something.
Oh, yes. Okay. Yeah, I didn't go to class. I was training.
I'm going to class. I'm going. Gil, you know why I'm going to class? What you think them things were? They weren't in their dorm. They in class.
Yeah, see, listen, I stayed in the gym. I stayed in the gym. I went to one class my freshman year. I went to one as the first day to see what was in there. And then I had my second year, same thing, one class. That was it.
I was at the front of the class too.
I'm still a freshman.
God, Gil, you further from graduating than when you went to school.
Oh, no. Yeah. I went there for basketball. That's it. The program, I seen them on TV. And this it is. I use the television to get drafted. People are like, yeah, you gonna go back to get your degree? For what? I got all the relationships I need. I don't need no
Somebody
diploma.
said you had a briefcase, not a book bag. No, I had a briefcase in one hand and books in the other. I'm like, I was dealing it. 4KT asked, is the altitude playing in Denver as bad as people? Yeah, you got to get used to it. There's a reason why people train at altitude. They go to. Why do you think the Olympic training facility is in Colorado Springs? They wouldn't put it there if it didn't benefit you. Most people train at altitude. They go to Flagstaff. They go to Colorado Springs.
I had the tent. I had the tent
in my
house.
chamber. Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So it absolutely put. Big Mike said, "What's up, Unc Gil?" Questionnaire: which record you think will be broken first? A Curry 3-point record. He said LeBron's 40,000 point or Curry 3-point record. Do you understand how many
Curry.
how long 40,000? That record stood for almost 40 years. 40.
Yeah. Curry's 3-point the Curry's 3-point record because
they shoot more of them.
They shoot more, and he started off slow. Ankle injury. So there's space to get that
because there are a lot of guys that are ahead of the pace for what Kerr was. Boxers go to Big Bear up here in Northern California. So yeah, ever since Mexico City in '68, the Olympics. I mean, the thin air up there. A lot of records fell. The Kenyan, they train in the Rift Valley. There's a reason. That's why they win all the damn time.
Yeah,
it definitely have something to do with it. John Marinella said, "Gil, if you could compare your game to anyone currently in the league, who would it be and why?"
It was an early James Harden mixed with Dame, right? I was very good at, shifting guys and understanding human behavior. So getting to the free throw line, but I was more all around than James was, right? I posted up, I had one-on-one mid post. I shot without dribbling. I knew how to flare. I knew how to cut. Played very well without the ball. And with Dame, I possessed knowing how to slow the game down while it was moving fast. So, hitting shots at the end of the game, that's mental training. Where being clutch. Clutch is more of understanding why everything is going fast. You can slow it all down. And that's what I was very good at. But for the most part, I was a mix between the two.
Aaron,
but they've overexceeded where I was. I mean,
Aaron,
but it was those two.
Aaron Owen says, "I remember when a fan asked Klay Thompson to autograph a toaster. What's the weirdest item a fan requested to be signed? Unc and Gil."
A baby's diaper while the baby still had it on.
I hope it had no dookie in it.
In hindsight, it was a new diaper. It was boom. And then I realized that he gonna use the restroom at some point, and I'm pretty sure y'all not gonna keep that.
Yeah, you probably right. Man, you know what? People be trying to try to take off a shoe and get me to sign. I'm like, for real? You really think I'm about to sign your shoe?
Take it off.
I don't feel comfortable sign my arm or something like that. Come on, man, get a piece of paper or something. I'm trying to think.
Little kid, that's a little kid thing, man. I'm never gonna wash this arm again.
I'm trying to think. What's the weirdest thing I think it's weird when people want you to. I'm a football player and want you to sign a baseball. What the hell? Do I look like Barry Bonds? I mean, would you want Barry Bonds to sign a football? I mean,
sometimes that's all they have at a time. And sometimes that's all they have, and they just want the autograph because they're probably never going to see you again.
You're probably right, Gil. You're probably right. Well, that's our time for tonight. Thank you for joining us for another episode of Nightcap. I'm your favorite Unc, Shannon Sharpe. He's your favorite number 0, Arizona Wildcat legend. Yeah, y'all don't know about these right here, though, do you? Aha. Yep.
Is it Andre
Lord
Agassiz?
have mercy. Andre Agassiz. Ash, you didn't get him, Ash. You didn't get him. Don't be mad. They do, sure do. I'm glad I got one to rock and one to stop. Well, that's neither here nor there.
Those are 97s, right?
Huh? No. But anyway.
Those are the Air Max 97s?
No.
Those are like the Andre Agassiz kind of had that same type of.
Ooh. Got a little smiley in there. Please make sure y'all, thank you for joining us. Please make sure you hit that like button, hit the subscribe button. We greatly appreciate that. And please make sure you subscribe to the Nightcap podcast feed. You can get it through Club Shay Shay, but we greatly appreciate it if you sign up and got it through the Nightcap podcast feed. Also, we pinned the link, Shea by Laporte, at the top. We're only taking pre-orders only. We're only taking pre-orders. We got a shipment in last week, and we got another shipment in today. So we're going to fill these orders, and so they should be arriving shortly. Please make sure you subscribe to the Gil's Arena YouTube channel. He has a show that airs Monday through Thursday live at 11:30 a.m. That's Gil's Arena channel. It's on YouTube Monday through Thursday, 11:30 a.m. Pacific. He also has a personal YouTube page, and it's called No Chill Gil. Make sure you like, make sure you subscribe to that channel to get his subs up. So thank you for joining us. Ocho is back tomorrow night. Thank you for joining us for Nightcap. I'm your favorite Unc, Shannon Sharpe. He's your favorite number 0, Gilbert Arenas, and we're out. Appreciate it, Gil.